Assalamualaikum. In this video, we are going to learn how to make a variable the subject of an equation. So first of all, I'll explain what do we mean by the subject of an equation. So right now you see d is equal to s into t. This is distance is equal to speed into time. Right now in this equation, d is the subject of the equation. But when I write it as s is equal to d over t, now speed is the subject of the equation. Speed is written in terms of all other variables in this equation. And when I write it as t is equal to d over s, now time is the subject of the equation. Time is written in terms of distance and speed. Just to give you some one or two more examples, let's say if I have x square minus a is equal to y, and I want to make x the subject of this equation, then first I'll take the a to the other side, I'll add a on both sides, I'll get x square is equal to a plus y, then I'll take the square root of this, and this will be x is equal to plus minus square root a plus y. So the main concept that you need to remember for making the subject of an equation is the operation and its inverse. So I'll explain this through a slide. So if the operation is being addition, then its inverse is minus. If it's minus, the inverse operation is plus. Multiplication is divide, division, the inverse operation is multiplication. If you're squaring a number on one side, then you have to square root it to get back to its original number. And if you have a square root on the one left hand side, then you have to square to it back to the original number. So you have to know these inverse operations. So we'll now look at some examples of these. The first one, x over a plus b is equal to c. So first you take the b to the other side. You subtract b and you get c minus b, and then you multiply on both sides. This could easily have been number. You could have been doing this with numbers. Let's say x over 2 plus 4 is equal to 20. So first you take the 4 to the other side, get x over 2 is equal to 16. Then to find x, you multiply 16 with 2. You get x is equal to 32. So right now we're just dealing with alphabets or variables, but you could easily be doing the same with numbers. Next example, we have now square root x minus 2b is equal to c. So first note that we take the 2b to the other side. We add 2b on both sides. This is subtracting over here. Inverse operation is plus. So c plus 2b. And then you square both sides. Remember I told you that the inverse operation of square root is square. So you square both sides. So x is equal to c plus 2b squared. Now in this example, you again want to make x the subject. So first you need to get rid of the a. You need to divide by a. Or you can square both sides first. So a square is equal to into a square into x plus b is equal to c square. You square both sides. And then x plus b is equal to c square over a square. And then you subtract b from both sides. So to get rid of the square root, you square both sides. That's the inverse operation. Now, this concept is used in real life also. Let's say when you have been given the volume of a sphere and you need to find the radius. V is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cube. You need to make r the subject of the equation. So first you take 3 to the other side, you multiply 3 with b and then divide by 4 pi. Then you have r cube is equal to 3b over 4 pi. To make r the subject, you take cube root of this. And finally, if you have the volume of a cylinder given to you and you want to again make r the subject of the equation, so first you divide v by h, the height, then you divide by pi. So v over pi h is equal to r square into omega r, the subject to take the square root of this. So this is called making the subject of an equation. You rearrange the equation and isolate your term variable on one side and all the remaining terms on the other side using inverse operations. Hope you understood this concept of subject of equation. Thank you.